Right, hi lads and lasses, and welcome to Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. This is the first one in the proper right back to basics. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about the stance, how important the stance is, and what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do the Dynamite Dave stance. Right, so here we are over in section 1, and in section 1 what we're going to do is we're going to start from the ground upwards, and this is the way that you should think about your darts throw. Is it all starts with where you're connected to the floor. So this is what makes that lovely solid platform for you to throw from. Dead simple, dead easy to do. Might take you a couple of weeks to master it along with the other bits, but it's really, believe me, I absolutely promise you, it is well worth the perseverance. Well worth it. Right, so what we're going to do now is first of all show you the leg position and the foot position. Right, so what I'm going to do is project the foot cam up here so you can actually see what I'm talking about as I'm actually telling you how it's done. Right, so as you can see, how we start the Dynamite Dave stance is dead simple. You'll see what I've done is I've put these grey tracksuit bottoms on because they've got a collared lip round here, and I've put some black trainers on so you can, hopefully it'll emphasise what I'm actually doing with my feet so you can get it right, bang on right from the beginning. Right, so here we go. Best way to describe it is by, just like when you stood at the bar at a pub, or you stood talking to someone, or basically you're doing anything. If you stood at a counter chopping veggies, whatever you're doing, you usually stood like this, aren't you? You're not stood like this, or like this. I can't even do it with that foot. Put it over onto here. You're not stood like this. You just stood with your feet shoulder width apart, and shoulder width apart is underneath your armpits. It's not at the end of your shoulders, and it's not underneath your boobies. It's right underneath your armpits. So you want your 2 feet under your armpits, nice and steady, and you'll know when you stood in that position, it's just very natural and very relaxed. Yeah, so that's where you want to be, like that. We've done it this way to start off with, and now what we'll do is we'll do it for the right-handers first. What we're saying is this screw here, so you can see a screw there, what we're going to do is we're going to use that as a centre mark. You must stand in the centre of the hockey. No standing right over here to this side or right over here to that side, because all you're doing then is you're throwing across yourself, and you want to throw as directly at the dartboard in as straight a line as possible. So what we're going to do, just for argument's sake, is we're going to use this screw here for the right-handers, and we'll use that screw for the left-handers. So what you want to do is, you don't stand perfectly side on like this. What you do is you turn your foot until that flat part is level with the hockey. So that then takes the strain off your knee. Dead simple again. We're stood with his feet underneath his armpits, and all we do is we just rock the weight onto his front leg. Like that. No leaning, so there's no leaning forward. All you're doing is just rocking the weight onto your front leg, and that will plant your front foot and make it so as your stance then, your actual foot position and your leg position is as solid as possible. And that's about as solid as it gets. Left-handers, what we do is we have his feet shoulder width apart. We don't stand side onto the hockey, we turn his toe in very slightly, and that just makes it so you've not got as much pressure or as much strain on your knees. Then all you do is, again, you just stood straight up, you just rock the weight onto your front foot, and you've got a lovely straight line right up your body. So all the way up, if you look down your hips, you should be able to see a nice straight line. And that's it, simple as that. That is all there is to the Dynamite Dave stance. Dead simple. Right, so now what we're going to do is we've done the stance. What we're going to do now is go up to the middle section of your body, or the upper torso, and what we call thorax neutral. So let's go over into section 2 and we'll address that right now. Right, so here we are over in section 2. We've just talked about the foot position, and what I've done is, as you can see, I've mounted another camera over here so you can actually see my body from the side. So this hopefully will give you the 2 angles that you need to get a really good idea of what I'm talking about. Right, so we've moved up now, we've done the foot position, and what we're doing now is we're moving up to the basically your thorax, so from your hips upwards. So again, same thing, what we're doing is we're stood in a lovely nice neutral position, dead easy this. What you don't do is you don't stand like this. There are dart players I see that stand like this and they're throwing the darts from in front of the face like this. They're leaning right back. Now if you were stood talking to somebody at the bar, you wouldn't do that, would you? You wouldn't do that. No, you just stand up nice and straight. Makes sense, it's neutral. Everything about the Dynamite Dave way is neutrality, simplicity. So it's dead easy to do and dead easy to fix when something goes wrong. So we're stood. Let's first of all, what we'll do is we'll move round and we'll do it for the right-handers. So we set up on the hockey as we did before. Move over a slight bit there for the camera. Right, so we set up on the hockey. What we do is we're just stood nice and what is called thorax neutral. So that's all about thorax neutral, and what it does, it just gives you that lovely place for your arm to come up and just makes that swing nice and easy, dead steady. Move round for the left-handers, exactly the same. So we're stood with his feet underneath his armpits. So we're stood with his feet underneath his arms, nice and relaxed. Just that's it, dead like that. And that's all you do, as if you're talking to somebody at the bar, as if you were chopping veggies, whatever you're doing, making a butty. You don't make a butty and stand like that, do you? No, you don't. You just stand up nice and straight, level with your feet, pointing out in front of you, so it's nice and stable. And that again gives you, as I said before, that lovely solid stance from which to throw from. Right, so that's the upper body position. Dead simple, innit? We're only 10 minutes into the video and we've covered half of the Dynamite Dave throw. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go up onto the upper body, how the arm comes up, and then what we'll do after that is we'll talk about the actual mechanical throw itself. So let's go over into section 3 now, and what we'll do is we'll have a look at that upper body position. Right, so here we are, and what we're going to do now is we're going to do the Dynamite Dave upper body position. So first of all, for the right-handers, all we do is you just put your hand out in front of you. No darts in hand to start off with, we just start off with just us. And it doesn't matter where you do this, and a great thing you could do is, if you've got a stand-up wardrobe somewhere with a mirrored door in it, fantastic way of making sure that you're getting this right. So set yourself up, put your hand out in front of you like that, and all you do is you make the OK sign, like that, and fetch it up to the side of your head. All the OK sign is doing is replicating you holding your darts. And what you want is you want it to be coming to the side of your face here, like this. How do we get that? If you turn yourself side on like this, you fetch your arm up between you and the board and you can't see nothing. All you can see is your hand and your arm, and maybe a silhouette of the board with your thingy, with your trailing eye, not your non-dominant eye, your trailing eye. What you do then is you just allow the shoulders to rotate out, and as you can see, that is now perfect. I can see all the board with both my eyes, and the dart is coming to about a centimetre from the side of my face. So no matter whether you haven't or you have got glasses on, it won't interfere with your throw, and that's how easy it is. So that's the upper body, out like this, arm comes straight up. We always make sure that this elbow is absolutely horizontal. Yeah, so that elbow is horizontal and you come in straight over the top like that. Obviously as your arm straightens out to throw, your elbow will lift anyway, but by the time that elbow starts to lift, you've let go of the dart, so it has no effect on it whatsoever. Don't forget your follow through. Nice big follow through when you first start, but that's the subject for a different video. Right, let's turn around and do it for the left-handers. Right-handers, this is an advantage to you as well, because obviously you can see the open side as well as the closed side. Set ourselves up on the hockey, nice and relaxed, arm out in front of you, karate choppy style, what you are, like that. And then all you do is close your fingers together and fetch them up. Yeah, it should come just to the side of your face here. So as you can see, arm is lovely and vertical. There you go, lovely and vertical, but the arm comes just slightly to the side of your face. How do we achieve this? Same as on the other side, it's dead simple. If you turn yourself square on, fetch you up, all you can see now is my arm. and that's all I can see is my arm and a little bit of a silhouette of the board, but my vision is way distorted. I allow the shoulders to rotate out like this, and as you can see, you can just see my face coming into view there. So you've got your arm nice and vertical, it comes back and it's just a centimetre from the face, and that is your throw. That is your dead simple top half of your mechanical throw as well. That's showing you a little bit of the mechanical throw as well as your actual body position for that. But we stay nice and upright, lovely vertical arm, straight over the top. And what we'll do now is we'll go over into section 4 and we'll have a look at the actual mechanical throw itself. So yes, this is how easy the Dynamite Dave throw is. I can do it with both my right and my left hand. I'm not as proficient with my right hand because I don't use it to throw day in, day out. But I believe if I spent 2 or 3 months getting this right, I'd be able to throw just as good with my right hand as I can with my left. So basically it's here, it comes up in front here again. We're in front of our face, as you can see. We allow the shoulders to rotate out until the dart comes to the side of the face. And as you can see there, I've got about a centimetre. And all it is the arm stays level and it's literally straight in and straight back out. Straight in, straight back out. There's no, don't pull the dart like this, don't let it up like that, it's just perfectly natural, straight swing over. So again, arm up, vertical, horizontal, vertical, and it's just in and out. In and out. Dead simple. Don't stop at the back either. You want a nice rhythm to it. You don't want to pull it back and then stop like I'm doing. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. When we go to the final section of the video, which will be the demonstration throws, you'll see exactly how I do it. There's no stopping it. It's a good rhythm throw. So what we'll do is we'll get another set of darts to do it left-handed with. Get myself positioned nice on the hockey, nice and thorax neutral, relaxed and everything. We've got that lovely tick-tock motion. And all we do is we fetch it up here, and as you can see, if I turn my shoulders so I'm 90 degrees to the board, as you can see there, the actual dart and the arm is blocking the board. All I can see is a little bit with my trailing eye, which is my right eye. I can see probably half the board. I can't see the bullseye and I can't see the treble 20. If I then allow my shoulders to rotate out very slightly, so it's everything like this, well exaggerated, but it's everything. So all you do is just swing out till it comes to the side. So as you've got that there, and you've got a lovely vertical arm. So it's like this. Again, set yourself up. Nice vertical forearm, and it's just in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out straight away. Nice rhythm to it. Nice rhythm to that, and I've hit 2 bullseyes out of 6 darts there without even looking. I was looking straight into the camera and not at the board. Right, so that is the Dynamite Dave way, and it's just that lovely tip-top motion. Make sure those shoulders come out so you've got a full vision of the board with both your eyes. We'll go into all the technical bits about this over the next few videos. We'll talk about binocular vision, which is what us animals have. We have 2 eyes on the front of our face. I'll explain all that in the videos that are going to come over the next days and weeks. And then we'll do practices and all that sort of stuff, so we'll run right the way through the gamut. Right, so now what we'll do is we'll do the demonstration throws. So we'll do 5 minutes. What I'll do is I'll do 5 minutes of throws. I'll put a camera on the dartboard and we'll have a bit of a chuck for 5 minutes, and then you'll be able to see, hopefully, where you'll come from, so where you are now, there or thereabouts, and hopefully where you'll get to. Right, so let's go over into section 5 and do that right now. Right, here we are over in the demonstration section, which is the last section of the video. And what I'm going to do now is I'm hopefully going to show you maybe where you are now, there or thereabouts, and hopefully show you where you can actually get to and what you can actually achieve by adopting the Dynamite Dave throw. I know this might be a bit wary for you, but there's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of people who've had a go at this before you, and they're actually throwing in the Dynamite Dave way now. It's changing the game itself. You might find that, if you're new to this, you might find that a little bit sceptical, but if you go back in the archives, you'll see my teachings on the double finishing is exactly what they're doing in the PDC now on the TV, which even 2 years ago they weren't doing. Right, so here we go, demonstration throws. So what you'll start off with, get yourself set up on the hockey, nice and stable, nice and ready to go, relaxed, make sure you've got your feet in the right position, arm up, and all you're doing is you're throwing towards the bullseye. Now this is how we always warm up to start off with, regardless of how or when we start doing it, we always warm up this way. Every time you do a practice session, this is exactly how I warm up. And all you're doing is you're just throwing towards the bullseye, throw the first dart in and then just follow it with the other 2 darts. So hopefully when you first start off it might be a little bit like this. And that is perfectly acceptable for when you start. What you're aiming to do is to try and get the darts within this ring of the board when you first start off. Just try and get those darts within that ring. But again, all you're doing is throwing your first dart in and trying to follow it with your second 2 darts. So again, you might start off like this, get an odd nice one like that, and then one over there, and then one over there, and that's perfectly acceptable. That is sort of like an intermediate stage. So your first one was like your beginners when you first take it up, then you will get to that stage, and then hopefully, this is all filmed live, hopefully this is where you'll get to. See, filmed absolutely live, and there you go, that's hopefully where you'll get to. Alright, it's not 3 in the centre bull, but that is a perfectly acceptable distance to get your dart. And then hopefully it's onwards and upwards from there. Right, so now a tiny little bit of a nice one for you. If you've made it to this part of the video and you've stuck with us and you're still interested, a great one for you because of what I've said about putting the first dart in and then throwing your other darts at it. Get yourself a dart with a nice bright flight on it and stick that right in the centre of the thingy, the treble 20. If that's what you're going to go for, if that's what you're going to score on, don't forget you can put it anywhere. For warming up you can stick it in the middle of the bullseye and throw it at that. But what you're doing is forget the dartboard altogether and concentrate on that flight. So throw your darts at that flight. So for the demonstration purposes, this is what you might start off doing. Is you might end up with one in there, one over there and one up there. That is perfectly acceptable when you first start off. Obviously that probably for a lot of people would be fantastic anyway, but believe me, if you stick to the Dynamite Dave way, this is how it will go. So a little bit more advanced. See, I got a deflection there, but you can see exactly what happened. This dart was deflected off these, but other than that you would have had 3 of them really close around the 60 bed. So that is a phenomenal training aid, that is. So in conclusion now, what we'll do is we'll do the last chuck. Reiteration, make sure you get yourself into the position, nice and relaxed, vertical forearm, let those shoulders come out and just use that dart that you've got in the board as a marker. So don't look at the board, just look direct at that dart and just try and put your next dart, try and hit it. Try and put your dart right into the centre of that dart. Like that. A little bit of a pull on the last one there. We'll have another 3. and that's what you're looking for. Obviously not all in the treble 20, but that is irrelevant at this point. What you're looking for is to achieve your grouping, and your grouping is a massive part of your game. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found it entertaining as well as informative. Really enjoyed making it for you. This is the first step on a journey and on a path to become a far better dart player than you are now. Right, so thanks for watching Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave. As you'll see on the shirt, if you've not been round here long, it's one of my, well, it is my famous saying, you'll only ever get out of this game what you're prepared to put in. And always, 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 toe to the hockey!